Alright, it's time to get this rolling. I actually do have to remember I'm gonna want a little more than, I'm not necessarily suggesting I'll end up going through more, but I'm gonna want to have a little more than 8 scrolls of life. Yeah, right, I gotta mark that out as mass. Keep forgetting that. I don't need 85 and I don't have 2.4 mil to blow, but I got 8 right now. Okay, I think 28's an okay number. Not that I'm expecting by any means to need that many, but it's good to come prepared.
Hail, adventurer!
I'll go ahead and get myself a few more. Again, I'm certainly not expecting to need that many, and I guess hypothetically, if I felt like I was getting to that level, I'd probably just fucking quit the run. But, well, good to come more prepared than less prepared, I suppose. So let's see, 35 scrolls. I think that's about okay. Okay, so okay, I think I'm just about ready to roll. I've got let's see, I've got the two stones of life, my normal stone of life and my greater, which has a 198. And make sure to leave my queue groups this time. Okay, it's about 4 minutes to 9:30, but I see nothing wrong with getting this running started a little bit early, as it's certain to take enough time, I guess I should say, but to provide some quick context tonight, I'm kind of deviating away from my plan I made a little bit ago. I'm going to be soloing Etos, the Epic Temple of Spiders, instead of soloing the Grey Wolf Den. I had planned to solo Epic Grey Wolf Den after my gargantuan run a few days ago on Epic Cragmire, but tonight I'm actually going to be soloing Epic Temple of Spiders. After that, I'll have 2 more tier 2s left to solo in the Grey Wolf Den and Castle Never. After tonight, assuming if I get wiped to hell, I'm probably not going to try Grey Wolf Den tomorrow or Castle Never. But if this goes well, then I'm going to go ahead and try Grey Wolf Den tomorrow. If not tomorrow, let's see, then yeah, I would either do it tomorrow or Tuesday, and then the next day would be Castle Never. So it seems I have something to look at in YouTube. From Alex Williamson, howdy. Hello, man. I appreciate you turning up. Alright, so with that, it's time to get this rockin'. Gonna just wait on the map to pop up. Okay. This does factor to take me some time, but it won't take anywhere near the 3 hours and 46 minutes that it took me to solo Epic Cragmire. So I've been told to expect to be here for about 2 hours, and I think that makes sense, and that's obviously considerably more reasonable than almost 4 hours than I was here for Epic Cragmire. So yeah, if I have the girth to do Epic Cragmire, I'm sure I have the girth to do this. There's a lot to keep track of in one nasty little element of the Sindrith fight, and including a ton of ads I'm going to have to fight off in some way at Halbrand, and to a lesser extent Lord Javan, but I'll go ahead and cross that bridge when we get there. It's time to just fight my way to the Lord Jalvar fight. Okay, so I'm not expecting to have any difficulty cleaning up the smaller groups of enemies. That's not going to be too difficult. So I'll just sort of maul through them really quickly. Alright, well, let's see here. I'm going to keep my blacksmith out. I have the Lyra's Bell to support him, and I really just want to burn through these guys. So let's go. Time to get this on. Okay, so yeah, this is not, I don't suppose this is going to be too difficult. They're gonna chip away at my health, sure, but I mean the spitting spiders are ridiculously frail. I can kill them in maybe a handful of hits. Of course it's the actual drow I'm gonna be having a little more difficulty with, but even they're not the bull. Oh hey, look, I get a rank 5. I get a rank 5 as reward for my efforts, which have been about less than a minute. Yeah, so these guys are not threatening me noticeably. They're just really, really bulky. So I'll just go ahead and take my time killing them. I could honestly consider switching to my DPS slot if things are going well. That would help me a lot in the time department, although I would like to iterate the notion that I don't care how long this run takes me. I'm in this to see that I can actually do it. And so if I am here for a few hours, big deal. I'm gonna try to keep... I do see I'm getting some comments on my video, so I apologize to anybody feeling neglected right now. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on that throughout the duration of this run, so please excuse me if I take a minute to respond to the comments. I'm actually gonna take a minute to do that right now. I do appreciate your support, Mr. Williamson, or excuse me, Lisa. I'm not sure. I appreciate your support regardless, and nice cleave. Thank you. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Let's go ahead and proceed. Much of the same thing, really. The spitting spiders are absolutely... You see my commander strike takes off almost a third of that guy's health. The spitting spiders are not bulky. In fact, it would really behoove me to focus the majority of my efforts on killing them. Although it really doesn't matter because none of the smaller guys are really threatening me. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, just a platinum bull, nothing that big. I think I have a Drider coming up soon. Those are not that big. Yeah, there we go. Driders. Fucking Driders. They're just bulky. They're not too threatening, but they're big and bulky, and I can't really turn my back to them because they will hurt me. So let's see. That's a Drider. That's an Arachnomancer, a Drow Warrior, and a Priestess. I'm actually going to want to make a quick move here. Gonna want some help tanking this because that is a little bit heavy, but it shouldn't be too bad. I do have Fighter's Recovery to offset their numbers. If I can keep them all in front of me, then this will be cake. But yeah, of course they're AI, so they will be trying to. As you can see, the Drider there focusing on my smith, or not my blacksmith, my laughing skull. That's actually incredibly helpful and. Of course, my blacksmith is unable to keep the fight up for long, but that's why I have the Lyra's Bell. Ugh. Getting stuck in the webs is no good. I really have to maneuver my way away from those. Oh, yep, I'm getting trapped in that one. Yep, nothing I can do there. Gonna maneuver my way around. I gotta... Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. The Drider is probably healing itself off the ads. That's actually convenient for me, because I've done like no damage to the Drider yet, and the Drider's just sort of killing off the ads without taking any damage at all, so it's definitely a trade that I'm winning. So I'll go ahead and be okay with that. Ugh, fucking damn it, I can't move. That is so annoying. Oh, we have an assassin just who decided to show up. So damage over time is going to be the name of today's game. Like I really have to, like I'll go ahead and pop a stone. I'm really not in a position to pop a Fighter's Recovery. The Driders are going to be the most annoying normal enemies to kill. Thankfully the boss itself is a gargantuan Drider, so it's not like a Drider is going to be a part of the ads I end up dealing with. I'm not even going to bother swinging at the Drider because it's just going to heal off the ads. Ugh. Ah, I just get out of the way before it roots me. Yeah. There, now I'm in a good position to pop a Fighter's Recovery. It does not even really matter that I get caught up by this web because I'm healing myself for more than they can actually damage me for. There we go, I'm gonna bring Grim back up. This is going to be a difficult... None of my companions, excuse me, are all that helpful because even my bulkiest one, Grim, there, you can see is dying fairly quickly. I'm really kind of just hoping I can get something out of Grim. Above all, I can't really afford to let the Drider get behind me because they do hurt me a lot. The Assassins also hurt a good bit too. I'm going to get out of the way there. Drop an Indomitable Strength to get that guy out of my hair. So yeah, looking like it looks like there's just this Priestess and the Arachnomancer, of course, with the Drider. I don't have a Lyra's Bell on deck, so Grim is kind of on his own over there. Yeah, that's annoying, alright. Oh boy, we got more fucking ads coming in. This is quite inconvenient. Gonna try to focus on taking out one of the ads because it seems like, actually no, that would be, it's not. Seems like the ads are regenerating, but I can't tell if that's like directly linked because they're healing the Drider. I gotta be honest. I've obviously never. I don't think I've ever spent any one this much amount of time on any one part in particular. So this is definitely new. I just barely can't knock that one off. I gotta get out of the way of that area of effect attack. Really trying to kill these guys as quickly as I can. I'm gonna pop my lion so I can get in there safely. The Drider doesn't seem to actually be healing because I haven't really done anything to it at all, and you can see it's missing a piece of its health. I can't move because of the web. Gonna have to wait that out. Doesn't seem like Grim was the right choice of companion to bring with me for this fight. And taking help mostly proving to not be all... I mean, Grim is very clearly diverting these enemies away, but it's not really proving to be very helpful. I do have a Lyra's Bell on deck, though, so I'm going to use that to get Grim back up. The Drider is predictably very bulky. Priestess is getting low on health. Doesn't seem like the ads are regenerating. Doesn't also seem like they're healing the Drider either. I'm okay with both of those things. Really just have to try to whittle away at them. Trying to take out one in particular, but the Drider is by far the bulkiest of the three here. It probably would make more sense to try to focus on a slightly frailer ad. Grim is going down an awful lot. This is definitely good. This is good to take notice of for later when I face Sindrith and later when I have one more Drider to face. Now we got more ads coming in. It might have something to do with the draw. I'm not really sure what that's about. But the Drider is on about 60, maybe 2/3 of its health. I don't quite have a Lyra's Bell. It's got literally 2 fucking seconds until it gets up. Oh, we're gonna be here a while, folks. No matter, I don't really mind that. I can clearly keep myself up with enough ease. I've only needed to use the fighter's recovery, I think maybe once, twice, something like that. I guess it's just the abundance of enemies which are getting on my nerves a little bit. There, I do pop a fighter's recovery, less out of necessity than for just, I guess, plain want. The Drider's on half health. It would be important to take this thing down. It's causing me enough problems. The Priestess is really, really low on health. Would also make sense to focus on the Priestess. Ooh, okay, I will go ahead and use a stone. I don't have a fighter's recovery I can even use. going to go ahead and give Grim some Lyra's Bell support so he can stay up for at least a little while. An assassin, or that priestess, excuse me, is very, very low. Taking her down would be convenient. There we go, that priestess is down, so that makes things a little bit easier. Only one less enemy, to worry about. The Drider's on about, maybe a little over 1/3 of its health. I'm gonna pop an Orcus Ball. Anything I can do to hurt these guys just a little bit more is, of course, appreciated. I feel like I could have served to bring my DPS loadout in here. That's gonna be worth noting for later. And getting some hits on this Drider, which is slowly whittling away. One of the enemies in the back, can't tell, that looks like the Arachnomancer. That thing is very nearly gone. Okay, that Arachnomancer's gone, that's helpful. We got 2 more adds in this Drider, which is in some ways acting as a boss on its own. I'll go ahead and take this rank 5. I haven't actually really done anything, and I'll get a rank 5. Seems like the ad, maybe the ads are like going to, yes, no, wait, no, that's not a new ad. It looked like it was because it was coming out of nowhere, but the Drider is nearly done for. I gotta admit, the Drider's voice is driving me fucking insane. It's kind of like listening to a feminine Darth Vader. Maybe not quite, but you get the idea. As you can see, yeah, the Drider is Grim diverting away to the Drider for a moment. That's pretty helpful. Drider's almost done for. There we go. Drider's done for. Let's see, 2 more assassins. They're not going to be difficult. Good. And now we're down to a 2-on-1 here. Almost done for. Very, very bulky. There we go. I'm gonna pick Grim up here. I'm about to put him away right now. I think having Steely Simon out makes more sense. It seems like I can tank these things okay, even in slightly concerning numbers. It seems like I can tank them okay. So having some more DPS, even if Simon's just going to go down every 5 seconds, having the extra DPS is going to be helpful. So let's see. Yeah, this is just a conventional group of Drow. Warrior, Assassin, looks like another warrior right there. Just a few of them, not a big deal. Although I do have a nifty little idea I'm going to try to test out. I'm going to try to lure them over here, and I've misfired there. I'm trying to push him, take my Indomitable Strength and use it to push them off the edge. That'd be a helpful little maneuver if I could even do that. I'm not sure if I even can. I'm going to try that again. I have the... yes! Oh wait, no, what the hell? What the hell just happened? It looked like I pushed him off, but maybe you just can't push him off. Here's another try. No, the line doesn't do it enough. Still, I guess it's a little cheap to assume that I can just kick enemies off the cliff anyhow, so I'll just go ahead and... maybe I can... Oh, I just did it! I just pushed an enemy off the cliff! Oh man, that's great! That is great. If I can do that consistently, I can actually shave some serious fucking time. Where the hell's Silly Simon? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and resummon him. I don't know what happened to him, but okay. I believe this is one of my shortcut parts, and it is, so I will avail myself that benefit. Okay, so some spitting spiders, a few drow, big deal. I'll kill the spiders pretty easily. The spiders are, again, ridiculously frail compared to the drow. I can kill them in just a handful of hits. And to that respect, they are not threatening. Although they are threatening if I can... I think that, yeah, all the spiders are dead, so the spiders are dead. So it's just a few drow. This might take a little bit of time. There's no cliff I can, I guess, push these guys off of. That is so cheap that I can do that, though. I can just fucking... Away with you! But it's something to keep in mind of, because there is a lot of instances on this map where there are cliffs. It'd be very helpful. As you can see, these enemies are very, very bulky because I can't really kill them. It'd be very helpful if I could just, like, basically one-shot them. That would help. It would help. Not only would it help me, like, to go through this dungeon quicker, but it would also help me to curb the numbers a lot easier. Like, take one full health enemy and just eliminate them immediately. That'd be pretty helpful. Okay, so one of the drow is dead. Drop my Indomitable. I think I'll probably get my action meter back to full before these two end up dead. Step out of the way of the spiderweb. Keeping away from spiderwebs is going to be critically important, particularly in the Sindrith fight, but in general, keeping away from the spiderwebs is going to end up being a must. The Halberd fight in particular is going to be really, really, really difficult. I would honestly even go as far as to say Halberd is going to be harder to kill than Sindrith. But I suppose that's a cross average when we get there type scenario. Of course, Sindrith healing off her ads is going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to have to do a good job defending against that, and a good job not getting overwhelmed. I don't even know how many ads pop up. As a tank, I've never been concerned with the ads that show up in the Sindrith fight because my one responsibility is Sindrith. I don't even know how many ads there are in that fight, but I do know that I've seen people like DPSs and clerics and whatnot get downed by the number of ads. So that's definitely concerning that I'm going to be contending with those ads and Sindrith with no healing. But I think I can handle it. So it looks like coming up soon is going to be the Lord Javan Javal fight. Now's my chance to switch to DPS if I want to. I think I'm actually going to stick with the tank just because Javan Jalvar plus the ads is a little bit daunting, so I'm going to just stick with what I got. Coming up next, we got a warrior, a priestess, and a warrior. Okay, big deal. Gonna pop my Orcus Ball. I'm gonna see if I can... I should not have released my Indomitable that early. I really need to try to... If I'm gonna try to just straight up noob tube them and get them off the cliff, I gotta really be a little bit more careful with how I aim that attack. See, where that warrior just was would have been a great time. I'm gonna try to bait these guys over here. Maybe switch places, and bam, that guy's going off the cliff. Hell yeah! You can get fucked. I love that I can just do that. That's actually going to make this... that alone is going to make this run a lot faster than my Epic Cragmire Crypts run. I wasn't pushing the Black Daggers off cliffs in Epic Cragmire. Although that would have been helpful. Yeah. Okay, so we got a 2-on-1 against this priestess. Giving Steely Simon combat advantage. Steely Simon is the one who profits more off of combat advantage than I do. I'm going to get out of the way. It's not particularly important that I get out of the way of the web, so I'm going to actually just go ahead and step right in. It doesn't really matter. There's no other enemies to contend with, so being rooted does essentially nothing. Priestess is kind of bulky, but then again, really so is everything else. Almost dead. There we go. Okay, so Javan Jalvar is coming up soon. I'm just going to walk past those spiders. No need to fight them. Actually, Javan, I'm going to kill these guys, and then I'm immediately going to turn around and fight Javan Jalvar. Okay. And they're going to confront me. Not that it matters, since I was just going to roll with the same thing anyway. The warriors are noticeably frail. Oh my, we got a visit from some blade spiders. The warriors are noticeably frailer than the assassins and the priestesses. That's convenient. As I don't see any priestesses or assassins coming at me here. Just gonna get my guard up. The spitting spiders are being a bit of a pain in the ass because they are frail, but they do hit me kinda hard. I'm gonna go ahead and my enforced threat ends up killing one of them, which just shows how frail they are. They're fucking fragile as paper. Just swinging away at the spiders. They're both dead, leaving a 2-on-1 with the blade spider. I'm going to try to get Simon into combat advantage, and I will. Yeah, this guy is not a big deal. This guy does not attack very quickly, does not hit very hard. I don't even need to go into guard against this guy. Okay, that's that. So up next is going to be my solo fight against Lord Javan Jalvar. That is a very bad platform to fight on. I mean, it actually it works two ways. On one hand, I can knock the ads into the pit, as you can see, but on the other, Javan Jalvar has 2 attacks with knockback, so I really have to be careful. There's also not a lot of room there, so I don't have a ton of maneuverability. This is kind of like a home field advantage scenario for Javan Jalvar, but I think I can handle him easily enough. He doesn't have too much. He hits kind of hard, but that's really just about it. I can negate everything he does by going into guard, and he doesn't actually bring, to my knowledge, I don't actually know this for a fact, but I don't believe he brings in adds until he gets to about half health. So for a while I'm going to be able to like scope him out, like understand anything that I might not already know about him, like know to go into guard when he does this and that. So it's time to simply forge on. I'm going to lay down my Orcus Ball, and we're going to get right into it. Of course, taking him all the way across that little hallway is an option, but I don't really want to do that. Of course, I can't just go shove Javan Jalvar off a cliff. He is actually kind of frail for a boss. He's already taking some good damage from me. But yeah, I can't just like send him off a pit or whatever. And it doesn't seem like any ads are going to be joining him, at least yet. I am doing some good damage to him, though. I'm expecting ads to join him fairly soon. Once he gets to about half health, they should be joining him. He's not really doing noticeable damage to me. I can probably contend with him and the ads, at least decently enough. I'm definitely whittling him down a lot quicker than I thought I would be. I don't know if the ad... I think the ads... Based on what I'm seeing, I don't think the ads he summons... Oh yeah, wow, we get swarmed immediately by plenty of drow. I'm wondering if these guys are like, if he's just going to constantly summon in a stream full of ads, or if they're going to be just like one time. It'd be convenient for me if they were just one time, because then it means I could take them out And I'm actually not gonna... I don't think it's a good idea to try to push them off, because that's what, like 4 ads plus Javon himself. I don't think it's I think I should keep a fighter's recovery on deck, because they... Like, that's a big number of enemies. Although, I can handle it with my guard up, but also my guard is not infinite. I don't have an Orcus Ball on deck. I do not even have a Lyra's Bell on deck, so unfortunately Simon's gonna have to sit and wait for a while. Thankfully, it looks like it's just like it's a bunch of warriors, and as I pointed out earlier, the warriors are significantly frailer than the priestesses and assassins. So really, if I just take out one warrior, it's going to be a domino effect where I'm going to just get past the rest of them okay. There we go, one warrior is down, that other warrior is really low. There we go, that one's done, and that should make this pretty straightforward. I'm going to try to knock one off, but I don't think I can. Here's a risky little move I'm going to try taking them into this hallway. I accidentally hit Javon Jalver. I'm going to head right back into this little area. This is way more maneuverable than the hallway. As you can see, this fight does get a little bit harder when Javon Jalver summons his cronies, but I can still handle this easily enough. See, even dropping guard, I'm losing about 20% of my health, so I really have to be picky about when I drop my guard. I'm trying to focus on taking out the cronies, as opposed to whittling away uselessly at Javon Jalver. Although, yeah, I think I can handle this easily enough. I think one of them just died, so it's just this Blade Master. No, wait, no, he just blended in. So actually, Blade Masters, not warriors, but honestly, it seems to be tomato-tomato. They seem to have about as much health as the warriors, and they seem to have mostly the same attacks as warriors. I do have a Lyra's Bell on deck, and I see Simon was getting very low on health. One of the Blade Masters is almost down. They're both almost down, actually. Alright, I'm going to use my Lyra's Bell to get Simon back up, and it does. We now have a 2-on-1 once again with Javon Jalver. Looks like this fight is pretty straightforward. I should be able to get past him without too much difficulty. I should have an Orcus Ball on deck, and I do. Minimal, but, you know, it's... Oh, yeah, we got more ads to deal with now that he's at about 1/4 of his health. That was kind of predictable. So, yeah, it's just more of the same thing that I just dealt with. So it's a good... It was definitely a good idea to take the ads out before I whittled away at Javon Jalver. Like, 4 or 5 of these guys, no problem, but I think that 8 would become a little bit suffocating, so it's a good idea, definitely a good thing that I finished them off before Javon Jalver, before I whittled him away. Gonna lay down a fire's recovery so I can be a little bit more... I can use my cleave out of shield, which is faster than my cleave in shield. Gonna pop my lion. That separates them and buys me a little bit of time where they can't really hurt me. Gonna lay down another fire's recovery so I can stay out of shield some more. What's shooting at me? Oh, we do have an Arachnomancer. Okay, I mean... That's worth noting, of course, but the Arachnomancer is standing really close to the pit, so I wonder if I could get her and knock her off the cliff with my indomitable strength. In any case, we just have Javon Jalver to contend with. Let's see. I think I can't even... So, wow, this not only being bulky, but the Arachnomancer looks like she... Oh, wow, I take a big hit there. Although I don't think I'll have to use a stone. I can just get up my fighter's recovery, and I don't even need to do that. My lifesteal stat is keeping me up. I'm gonna go ahead and get him up. Oh, I thought I hit the button. Ah, that was unfortunate. I used my Lyra's Bell needlessly. Well, to be horribly honest, it's probably not too critical an error. I'm actually gonna try to kill Javon Jalver before I focus on that Arachnomancer over there. He's It looks like he definitely has less health than the Arachnomancer. He's just about done for. He's very, very close. He's not bulky at all, really. There we go. Let's see if I can try that again. And wow, the Arachnomancers are very, very heavy. Oh, did the lion... Oh, the lion... Oh, I thought the lion would do it, but... No, I guess I have to fight her, you know, without being a cheap coward. Oh well. I'm gonna back away out of whatever the hell that is. The bright side is I'm gonna get to regen my action point meter. I'm actually gonna... If I should have... It looks like I'm gonna have this person dead. Oh wait, no, they pop a potion. That's annoying. If they're not dead in 31 seconds, I'm gonna try to see if my lion can push them off again. Looks like they're... I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to try to kill them in 20 seconds. I want to see if my lion will do the trick. A little bit of entertainment. Okay, so yeah, they're not going to be dead in 10 seconds. Although they might be dead in like 12. Let's see here. I want to see if this works. Oh, I fucking love that. That is so stupid. Oh, that is so ridiculously stupid. Oh, that is so stupid. Oh boy. Okay, I'm actually gonna take a minute to let my regen stat get me up to full health. I actually realized I've forgotten one form of social media I haven't shared my stream to. I'm gonna take a few seconds to do that real quick. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this opportunity to check my YouTube stream to see if I have any comments that I've missed from Alex Williamson. If I can't get anywhere with the Dryads, I can't get anywhere with the Dryads. I'm not actually sure what that means, so if you could clarify on that, that'd be appreciated. But well, I guess that counts as a response. But let's see here. Alright, well, I don't have anything else to really respond to, so I'll just go ahead and move forward. I do have an Orcus Ball on deck. My lion should be close to on deck, if not there already. So let's forge on. Looking ahead, Spitting Spider, looks like a warrior in the background. It is, so we got two warriors. Get out of my way, Simon. Okay, we got two warriors and an assassin with a couple spiders. Not too big a deal. Go into battle with my Orcus Ball. I'm going to try to take out the spiders. And again, the spiders are incredibly frail. Oh boy, I pissed off a Drider. Great. Oh well. I'm going to try to kill these warriors before I even address that big fucking ugly fat ass over there. The warriors are pretty frail. Alright. Oh boy, Simon eats shit. I'm gonna pick him up. Oh, I accidentally hit the Drider with my Indomitable when I meant to hit this assassin. What was Simon just immune to right there? That was interesting. Ah, the fucking assassin pops a potion. I could have probably used my lion to interrupt that. Oh boy, Simon eats shit. This is not a good place to be in, so I'm gonna maneuver out. Get into guard for that. I don't even know what that attack is or what it does. I think it's a good idea that I just try to stay out of the way. Oh my, I'm not paying attention at all. I'm gonna pop a fighter's recovery. And at that point, I'm gonna just try to swing at anything I can hit, and I will do so successfully, so no harm, no foul. Cannot let the Drider, as you can see, I clearly cannot let the Drider get into advantage against me, as it hits me very, very, very hard. As you can see, I get out of disadvantage against the Drider. This assassin is almost dead. Now, silly Simon takes out that assassin, so leaves a 2-on-1 against the Drider. I'm not sure what just killed Simon, but I don't have a Lyra's Bell, so I can't really do anything about it. Gonna get my guard up for that attack. So this is a lot less cumbersome than when I faced that Drider earlier. Alright, gotta get out of those webs. Ah, damn it, I accidentally... That was not very good. Me? My bad, Simon. And the Drider swings at absolutely nothing. Simon and I are going to get the Drider into combat disadvantage. Honestly, I could probably just hang out here and not really give a shit about the webs. Again, I'm not worrying about other ads, just this Drider, so I can probably not worry too much about the webs. Let's see, I do have an Orcus Ball. Oh, why is the Drider focusing on Simon? It's weird. Simon's not generating anywhere near the threat I am. Although the Drider's threat seems to be back on me. Keep my shield up. Gonna come at a guard now. Oh, get back into guard for that. Get back into guard for that. I don't know what I want to call it. Do I want to, that kind of resembles and the fucking Drider on Simon again, but that little attack where the Drider like scratches at me a lot, it does kind of resemble a flurry of blows, doesn't it? I know I'm kind of a D&D nerd for saying something like that, but well, that's just something interesting I've noticed. Like, how to refer to that attack. Like, I can say, like, I got out of the way of that Drider slashing at me really, really quickly. But, I don't know, I kind of feel like I need a more technical term. Whatever. But yeah, we should be able to kill this Drider easily enough. And once again, the Drider paying more attention to Steely Simon for him. And the Drider just randomly moves. That's a little bit inconvenient, but only looks like it's only going to be a minor setback, as Simon and I are going to just get right back into advantage against this thing. I'm not going to pop an Indomitable because I want to ensure that I can come out of this with a full action meter, so I'm going to just swing away at this Drider. Doesn't seem to be much of an issue that the Drider is turning towards Simon, because she's turning towards Simon and then immediately looking back at me without doing anything to Simon, so really no harm, no foul, really. Not really sure what Simon just took damage from, but there we go. Drider's done for. That took long enough. Okay, time to proceed. There's nothing over there. Alright, looks like it's time to fight Halbrand. I'm going to not be a noob, and I'm going to cross over through this shortcut. But if I wanted to engage these guys, I would be looking at a Priestess, Blade Master, and 2 Spitting Spiders. The Priestess is enough to make me want to not fight them. Although it does cut off this part of the battlefield because I can't use it unless I want to trigger them while I'm fighting Halbrand. In the battlefield there is it's not ideal because I can't move too much, because if I move too much, oh my, how did they notice me? Okay, well that just makes the decision for itself. I'm not really sure how they noticed me, but hey, I guess they did. Well, that answers a lot of questions that I was asking. Bit of an interesting surprise. I guess they saw me from behind those rocks. I mean, logically speaking, yes, I wasn't hiding behind the rocks, so if we were in real life, they would have been able to spot me easily, but Neverwinter, from a Neverwinter perspective, I'm a little bit surprised they saw me. Well, now once I kill these guys, I will have the option to lure Halbrand over here to provide me with a bit better of a battlefield. And now that I've been forced into taking that advantage, I will be definitely abusing it. I'm about half health, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Fighter's Recovery. Okay, so now we just got this Blade Master and that Priestess over there. Blade Masters are not quite as... now I see the difference between Blade Masters and Warriors. They don't seem to be as frail as Warriors. I'm not sure if there's any actual... Wait, did we just kill the thing? What the hell? I thought it had like a third of its health left. That was weird. Alright, so... these things are not as bulky as Driders, so I'll be able to whittle away at this person pretty easily. I'm not going to worry too much about the webs because there's no fear of falling into disadvantage when a 2-on-1 situation. Getting hit from behind? No. Okay, so nothing's hitting me from behind. That was weird. It looks like the web was shooting at me from behind me. There we go. Okay. So the plan is I'm gonna go towards Halbrand, lure her over here. This is a lot better of a battlefield to be fighting than up there. In addition to that, I'm gonna be making one quick move. Gonna take this away and replace it with a Soul Forge. Now let me tell you, the ads against when I'm fighting Halbrand get suffocating. So is that a treasure chest over there? I hope this is not a mimic or there's a face spot. Oh no, it's not a treasure chest, it's a dungeoneering skill node. Okay, what the hell, I'll take that. Okay, so I'm gonna lure Halbrand over here and take her on over here. Then I have a lot more maneuverability than I do up there because I can't run behind that big pole right there. There are phase spiders back there. Phase spiders, ads, and Halbrands. I will not be able to handle all of that. So I'm gonna take Halbrand over here. That is, if I can even do that. I'm not sure if walking away from that area will cause Halbrand to just retreat, but I guess I'll find out the hard way if it does that. So I'm going to pop my Timora's coin. I've actually run out on my fort potion, so I'm going to pop that. I'm going to pop my Scroll of Fate for defense, and let's go. There is a treasure chest there, so I'll make sure to open that after I kill Halbrand. I'm going to try to lure her over here. Looks like... oh, no, there you go. You see Halbrand retreats. Okay, so I'm not... this is big enough. I can probably manage with this. See, if I had whittled Halbrand down, then decided to lure her, it would have healed her fully. So, you know, it's a good thing I tried from half health when I had nothing to lose. She is not bulky, so the name of the game is going to be a lot like it was when I was fighting Javan Jalver, and that's going to be just get rid of the ads before proceeding to whittle away at Halbrand. And of course there's no pit, so I don't have to worry about blowing an indomitable strength. Almost see, Halbrand seems like she's meant to impersonate, like be a glorified assassin, but it almost seems like assassins have more health than Halbrand. Perhaps the big thing about Halbrand is that she just hits harder. I'm not really sure. Yeah, she hits hard enough to do some good damage to Simon. And to myself, I'm going to pop a Fire's Recovery. And very well timed as I get into red. Waiting on her to get to half health before... I'm going to try to kind of tank her, get her into disadvantage. Oh, yep, we got the ads. Here come the ads. I have got to lure them over here. I can't go over to them or I risk tripping the phase spiders. Oh yeah, I'm low on health. Oh yeah, we got some spitting... Okay, no, I don't think I tripped the phase spiders. No, you would have heard the little, like the whoosh sounds when you do that. So no, I did not. I definitely did not. I can't really afford to get too far away from Halbrand either. She will retreat and go back to full health, and that would be inconvenient. So I'm going to try to push back over here. I'm going to pop a Lyra's Bell to get Simon back at it. I'm going to take these spiders down, the spitting spiders. It does deplete Halbrand's forces a little bit. These ads are not as absolutely oppressive as I thought they would be. It's just that assassins are very, very bulky. Oh my. Silly Simon definitely eats shit. I'm taking some damage over time health. I'm gonna get my guard up against whatever that attack is. Oh, yeah, I'm in disadvantage against Halberd. I cannot afford to do that. Gonna pop an Orcus Ball. So we see Halberd use that assassin standard attack. I'm gonna quickly pop a Fire's Recovery as I'm getting to about half health. An assassin to my left and in front of me now is at about half health. I'm gonna focus on whittling her down. Oh, I hope that Steely Simon going over towards Halberd doesn't accidentally trip those phase spiders, because that's when the ads would get to be overwhelmed. Ah, that damn assassin pops a fucking potion. Oh, that sucks. Gonna go ahead and knock that assassin down to get myself some maneuverability time. Now I have this assassin. I briefly had that assassin in a one-on-one. I'm not sure what Simon is taking damage from, because was the assassin in front of me attacking him? Didn't look like it. I'm not really sure what just killed him there. Get up my Fire's Recovery. I really have got to stop damaging Halberd before I kill these assassins. So I'm gonna deliberately and intentionally make it so that my cleave is not hitting Halberd. Using Enforced Threat is not whittling Halberd down that much, so it's okay that I keep using that. But I'm intentionally making sure that my cleave cannot hit Halberd. She's at about half health now. I'm almost done with this assassin to my right. I'm not really having... these... Okay, so that assassin there is dead. That's going to make this a little bit easier. It's probably just Halberd hitting me really hard, because the assassins were not hitting me this hard earlier. Oh my, wow. I'm going to go ahead and pop a Greater Stone, as I did not have a Fire's Recovery on deck. Going down once is not the end of the world, because I do have my Soul Forged ready. Obviously, I would rather not go down at all if I can help it. But the precaution is in place if it happens. So, okay, so my concern earlier was that I would be getting a never-ending stream of ads. That is not the case, as you can see. Halberd is hitting me very hard, though. Seems to be about the thing with Halberd, is that she just hits me hard. Get my Fire's Recovery up. I didn't necessarily need it, but it allows me to stay out of guard, regenerate some stamina, and use my Crushing Surge instead of Cleave, which is allowing me to hit a little bit harder. I'm going to get into guard. My Fire's Recovery has worn off. Oh wow, I take a big hit there. Not in a great position to pop a Fire's Recovery, so I'm actually going to drop a Greater... or not a Greater Stone, they're normal stones, but... well, just... you know what I mean, I'll drop a stone. Now I'm in a position where I can drop a Fire's Recovery, so I will do just that. Halberd's almost at 1/4, so I should be up. As I say that, I'm joined by some more ads. So it looks like... they're Blade Masters. They deal damage and don't have as much health as assassins, but I think they deal more damage. So I really have to be very much on guard, because they will overwhelm me if I stay out of guard for too long. Pop my Lyra's Bell to get Simon back in it. Get my Orcus Ball up. I'm getting a little too close to the toll for my liking, so I'm going to try to turn things around, and I do. Oh my. Halberd hitting me from behind. Get up my Fire's Recovery. I have to still stay in guard. I no longer have to do that, so I'm able to stay out of guard for just a while. Get up my Lion to create some separation. What is that? That is an assassin. So, I don't know if the assassin... I think the assassin might have been with the original mob and I just didn't notice her. Okay. Gonna quickly pop a Fire's Recovery. I do kill, I think it looks like a Blade Master I just killed. And that's another one I just killed, so this just got a little bit easier. Okay. So just these two ads, a Blade Master and Assassin. I don't see anything else coming, and I don't think Halpern's going to be calling anything more. So this is definitely not anywhere near as difficult as I thought it would be. I have a fighter's recovery up, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Lion into the fray and force threat. That hits a little bit harder thanks to Into the Fray. So my fighter's recovery and the Lion have worn off, but my fighter's recovery comes right back, so I'll just pop that, get some time out of shield. I can finish off that Blade Master if I'm crafty enough. Yeah, my fighter's recovery runs out, so I can't finish him off, but there we go, now he's done. The Assassin is almost gone. The Assassin is just about there. There we go. Assassin's done. So Halpern is very, very close to death herself. She still hits very hard, so I can't afford to be complacent. She's almost done for, though. Just stay in guard the remainder of the way should be enough to take her down. Not without Simon here, though. Damn, Simon is fragile. She's almost done, though. There we go. I get rewarded with a paradox for my efforts, and I'll get shit in this treasure chest, but I may as well open it because it's there. Yeah, okay, didn't get anything of note, but I'll go ahead and take those goodies. So as you can see, the spiders I was referring to are right there. If I walk over towards that group of spiders, there will be another treasure chest on the side of this pole, but it will not even be close to worth it, as there are also two phase spiders, so I'm just going to walk my merry own little way here. Opportunity to change to my DPS build. I will actually not do it again. I think I'm actually dealing enough damage with my tank, and I think I'm right on the line for, you know, I don't have to be in guard all the time, and I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it that way. Let's see, how are we doing on time? 54 minutes. I actually still have, I believe I still have my potion, and I do. Okay. So up ahead, that's a Blade Master, a Spitting Spider, two Spitting Spiders, that's another one back there. Oh wow, they actually noticed me from all the way over there. Either way though, this is not a particularly imposing force. There's just 4 enemies and 3 of them are going to die in about 6 or 7 hits. And this Blade Master is not a model of perfection with his bulk as himself. So you should be able to kill him pretty easily and quickly. Actually, there is one Spitting Spider, I'm going to go address that real quick. As you can see, not at all bulky. That thing's losing about 1/5 of its health every time I hit it, and I am certainly not a DPS loadout, so that speaks more to its lack of bulk than it does to my hard hitting. Oh, and I get a rank 5 for my efforts. Alright, time to press forward. I know that around the corner I'm going to face an assassin, and I want to face her alone because there are other ads up there, so I'm going to go ahead and mark her. I'm going to go ahead and create some advantage for Simon and I to take advantage of. I really hate that attack. Thought I had my shield up enough for long enough, but I don't suppose it really matters. Yeah, this assassin is bulky, but when in disadvantage against myself and Steely Simon, we're whittling her down pretty quickly. She's just about dead. And that'll do. I get an aquamarine for that. Appreciated. So, this part. So this is where I'm gonna try to avoid fighting the phase spiders. I might fuck it up though, or my blacksmith might attract them anyway. Well, I'm doing an okay job. I think I did it. I think I got past them. Damn it, I did not. Wait, did I or did no? I did not. Damn it. It's only one phase spider though, so maybe I can avoid fighting the other. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I... Oh, wait, I still have my... I had an opportunity to knock him off with my lion, but I'm not going to be able to do that. That's unfortunate. This guy's not particularly bulky, and as it's just one of them, this is not the end of the world. Coming up next, after this fight, I'm going to be fighting a Drider with a collection of ads, and Steely Simon... Don't fall off there, buddy. I think Steely Simon is... No, Steely Simon is not stuck, thankfully. I really cannot afford to move much farther if I want to avoid fighting the other phase spider, which would be nice. And I actually am going to be able to avoid fighting that second phase spider as long as I can keep to this little area here out by this rock. Phase spider hitting me very, very hard. The thing about these is they get into advantage against you so easily because they can just teleport right behind you. Okay, I'm going to avoid fighting the other one though. I'm gonna take a quick shortcut, and I'm not gonna fuck around like I did the last time. So, yep, there's a Drider. I can't tell what that is. It's an assassin. Drider assassin, Blade Master. I don't think there's anything else. There should be. Oh, so there is a spitting spider. Probably more than just one. They tend to come in packs. My blacksmith did not follow me, so I'm gonna go ahead and amend that. There we go. Okay. Lay down my Orcus Ball, head right into battle. So I thought there was more. Okay, so I missed out on one Blade Master. I think I did. I'm attacking the Drider, but I want to kill the Spitting Spider. There's some phase spiderlings. I'm not really sure where those showed up, but there they are. They're not anywhere near as threatening as the bigger form, but they're still threatening in their own right. I'm unable to do any damage at all to the Drider unless I can get her into disadvantage, so not even really going to worry about her right now. This is almost like a boss fight in itself. Gonna use my Drider's Bell, or not, my Drider's Bell, yes, beautiful. I'm gonna use my Drider's Bell. What I meant to say is I'm gonna use my Lyra's Bell to bring Simon back up. You know what I could do? I could try to... it's going to be difficult to draw them over to knock them off the cliff while the Drider is plopping her fat ass in my way. So I'm not going to be able to do that, at least not in the current juncture. I'm going to pop a Greater Stone. I don't have a Fighter's Recovery on deck. Again, it's honestly pretty... It's not the end of the world if I do go down. Oh, I misfire my... Oh, wait. Damn it, I'm a little late with the lion. Oh, that would have been awesome. Oh, well. I have got to get out of this corner though because they're kind of walling me in there. That's not really something I can afford. Let's see. Can I bring them by again? I'm gonna try to... poor angle. I don't have a lion on deck. I can't do it this time. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna stop trying to do that though because I really gotta try to keep my fire's recovery. And I think I'm handling them okay as is. Gonna pop my Orcus Ball to get me some kind of additional offense. I do have a Fighter's Recovery on deck, so that I will keep that in my back pocket if I need it. The phase spiderlings are proving to be quite problematic. The assassin's almost dead, that's good. I've got to walk away and try to stall as I'm getting a little low on stamina. I have a Lyra's Bell I'll pop to get Simon back in the fight. Where did that assassin go? I don't think she's not dead. Getting a little low on health, so I'm going to pop my Fire's Recovery. I get my Fire's Recovery right back before it even wears off. I'm going to pop my Lion, create some separation, open up a little hole for me to maneuver through. That assassin behind that Drider is almost dead. Did I just kill it? I think I did. Yeah, I don't see it anymore, so I think she's dead. Oh, wait a minute. It did its little teleport thing right before I was able to Indomitable Strength it. Damn it, that's a letdown. I'm getting hit so much that I'm actually able to almost immediately get my action point regen back up. Get a little one-on-one with this Blade Master. That's helpful. I'm able to get a good healthy chunk of his health out. But I'm not in a good position now, so I'm going to get out of this little corner I'm boxed into. This Blade Master is almost dead. The face spiderlings are surprisingly bulky. I take a big hit from one of them there. There we go. That guy's dead. So it's just the Drider and these two spiderlings. Gonna try to take out the spiderlings, but they won't fucking stand still. Done more to try to just get some damage in than anything else. In terms of for a spiderling, these guys are surprisingly bulky. They've survived longer than that assassin did. I have an Orcus Ball, I shall use it. I also have a Lion. Trying to prioritize that face spider to my now left. It just won't stand still. I guess that they're annoying for that. The good news is that when they do teleport, it's not like they're invincible, so I can, if I pop an enforced threat, I'm still hitting it. So that's good. One of them, I think one of them just died, I'm not sure. Yeah, one of the face spiderlings is down. Haven't even really oh wow, the Drider is, what, how the hell did the Drider get that low on health? Has Simon dealt that much damage to it? Well, that's a pleasant little surprise. It's like checking your bank account and finding you have more money than you thought you had. There we go. So now, so once Simon feels like getting back up, that will create a 2-on-1 for us to take advantage of. Just gotta wait for him to... There we go. Now he swings at the Drider. And why is Simon standing there doing nothing? There we go. There you go, buddy. Swing that little hammer. Almost done for. There we go. That'll do the Drider. And the rank 5. Right underneath her ass. Alright. So moving on. Oh, we got some face spiders. They're gonna be popping up. Let's see, I'm going to proceed slowly. Definitely not going to take this opportunity to switch to DPS, but I'll just touch the campfire just in case something happens so I can respawn close by. So that's a Blade Spider, and it looks like a couple Spiderlings. I don't see anything else, but they do seem to have noticed me. I mean, big deal. Like, I'm always going to keep my Blacksmith here. A lot of spiderlings, actually. Not too big a deal, though. They do die in a handful of hits. Not sure where... Not sure... I'm actually gonna... Funny enough, I'm gonna step in the campfire for a little source of healing. These guys won't stand the fuck still, though. Doesn't matter, though. I got just one spiderling left in the splayed spider. So here's the fun part. I'm actually going to stand in this campfire, and now I don't need to be in guard because I'm healing back a lot of damage I'm taking from this splayed spider, so I can honestly just afford to hack away. Yeah, and it's not as if this spider hits me particularly hard to begin with. I'm going to try to step a little to the right so that it's not hitting Simon. And again, Simon's also benefiting from healing off the campfire as well, so not the end of the world. Almost dead, and there we go. I'm going to step in this campfire to heal up a little more, and proceed. Let's see. I feel like there's gonna be, you see the fucking, knew that was coming. Oh wow, I get hit by an onslaught of spitting spiders. These things don't take many hits, but they can dish them out pretty well. There we go. Okay. So, I'm thinking... Simon can get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way, Simon. There we go. Okay, never mind. I was thinking because I was seeing red in my crosshair that the phase spider would be over there. But I'm actually going to walk on this side just so I don't prove myself right. Oh, and we do have a treasure chest here. May as well open that. That spider's going to totally notice me, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's nothing... I don't believe there's anything else that joins this thing. I'm actually going to try to get on the other side. Oh, it fucking sees that coming, so I'm just going to just... This thing is honestly a little less bulky than a Drider and not at all, not anywhere near as threatening. Oh, but we see a spiderling show up. If I just hit the spiderling with my enforced threat every now and then, we'll be okay. Oh, and we see some more spiderlings. I actually try to get them all in front of me. I don't think I'm going to be overwhelmed at all by these guys, but, you know, good to make sure. And that's going to take care of those two spiderlings that seem to want to join this thing in fight. Interestingly enough, unlike Driders, as you can see, this Lesser Broadmother does respond to knockback-based attacks. So as you can see, the lion pushes it back, gives me some time to move in on it. And gives me some time to pop the Timora's coin. Crit strike. Not particularly useful or helpful, but, you know, it's free, it's for me. I'll be putting that thing away before I get to Cinderath anyhow. I do have a little... Not so secret as anybody tuning in to the start of this video probably saw my little secret weapon, but, well, I do have a little something else planned for the Cinderath fight. Rain has joined Master of the Universe. Welcome to you, Rain. Even though, you know, of course, I don't suppose you're watching this video, but, well, there you go. Shout out to our newest guild member. So after this guy dies, it'll spawn some spiderlings, which should be fairly easy to kill. They're not spiderlings, like whatever you want to call them. They're just they're just smaller versions of itself. And yeah, they're pretty frail. Not as frail as spiderlings, but really they're not threatening. There we go. Okay, no more loot to pick up. Time to proceed before those phase spiders from earlier notice me. Speaking of phase spiders, that's all I'm going to be fighting up here. Well, believe I'm facing 1 or 2 face spiders in addition to a few more. Actually, that's 3 face spiders. So 3 face spiders and wait a minute, is that 4? No, that is 3 face spiders and an arachnomancer. I want to say there's something other that is actually 4 face spiders. Damn. I think there's a way I can actually lure 1 or 2 of them over here without getting the others. I'm going to see if I can do that. Actually, I can. As you can see, look, those face spiders back there are just standing perfectly still. Actually, can I... damn it. I almost pushed that face spider off. That's annoying. You toy with me, you little shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna... This thing is heavy. It is a massive fucking spider. I'm actually not going to spawn my Orcus Ball because I don't want it to go over towards those other 2 face spiders that are just doing nothing in the back of the room. This is not a convenient place to be fighting at all, especially against a face spider. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try to draw them over here. Once I kill these guys, I'll have the entire battlefield to take on the others because I won't be worried about tripping them. But yeah, this is definitely a lot better of a place to be facing them. Gonna use my Lear's Bell to get Simon back up. Not having a pit, there's no reason I really need to aim that Indomitable Strength, so I'll do that. Just use it, and I can actually go ahead and pretty confidently pop my Orcus Ball. I don't think it could even make it over to those 2 in the back, but I would think that... I would hope it would be... Okay, so it seems to be more interested in that Arachnomancer, at least it was when it was around, so a good call. A good call. This face spider's almost done for. And it is. Let's see what we got in the loot over there. Portable altar. Not helpful, but whatever. This guy's pretty bulky, but, you know, again, when Simon and I have him in a 2-on-1, then, you know, Simon's the one exerting combat advantage. You know, we kind of tend to... Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, I got into guard. I was trying to hit my L3 to get out of guard, but I guess the game didn't want to register that I wanted to do that. Oh, well, we'll just burn through. We'll burn through him easily enough. Gem 3 Ironforge has joined Masters of the Universe. Welcome to you, Gem 3 Ironforge. That attack's not really threatening me, so I don't even really need to go into guard for it. Fuck your potion, asshole. There we go. Time to move on. So there's those 2 face spiders, 3 face spiders, excuse me. I don't see anything else behind them, so I don't think there's any drow. I'm gonna walk over here so I can get a full view. Nothing over there, just these 3. I wonder if I can trigger... I don't think I can trigger that one without triggering the other 2, but let's go ahead and find out. And I can, actually. That's interesting. That's convenient. So I'm actually going to be able to take this guy on. Going to pop excuse me, Lyra's Bell to... I'm actually going to try something out here. I can't... Alright, gonna combo that with the lion, and it's not gonna be enough. Damn it. That's unfortunate. Alright, so I'll just have to kill him the non-cheap way, I guess. Because it is ridiculously cheap to just push him off the cliff. Although I could try again after I get my Indomitable up in a while, but I'm actually gonna save that Indomitable so I can give it a go with those other 2 face spiders, because, you know, obviously fighting 2 face spiders is a little trickier than fighting 1. Steely Simon absolutely not having it. I'm actually going to pop a stone. So the rest of this fight should be pretty straightforward. I just fucking hack away at this thing until it eventually dies. Things are not Drider level bulky, or Assassin level bulky, but they're kind of like in between Blade. They're kind of like Blade Master bulky, I guess I'd say. There we go. That'll do. Alright, I'm going to take a moment to let my regen stat patch me up. While I'm doing that, checking on my YouTube and social media. Okay, so just 2 face spiders, not the end of the world. I'm going to try to drag one of these guys off the cliff here. I gotta get them closer, they're very heavy. I gotta try to... Oh, wait a minute, there we go. Ah, I misfired, fuck me, damn it. Yeah, that sucks. Oh well. Seriously, Simon really not having it. I have another Indomitable on deck, although aiming it in this little corner. Let me try bringing them over there. Maybe I can have a little bit of a time aiming over there. Oh, there we go. I don't think I did. Yeah, no, that's gonna fall short. That's frustrating. I am so thankful these guys do not show up in the Syndrith fight. That would make them, like, very, 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 very difficult to contend with. Ideally, for the Syndrith fight, I should not be moving around much at all. Although I'm not expecting that to really be feasibly possible. You know, there are a lot of ads. I can't really just afford to let, like, 6 things hit me from behind. I do not have an Orcus Ball on deck. That would be convenient. Honestly, this is... After this, I'm definitely gonna be home free to see Syndrith after this. Syndrith is where things are gonna really, really get difficult. Because the whole healing, you know, healing off the ads. And that would not be that big a deal, but I'm a tank and can't do shit for damage, so I can't really afford to, like, be hacking away at Syndrith for, like, 5 whole minutes, and then watch as Syndrith heals off, like, all of it in, like, a second. That's really not feasibly sustainable for me. I have a few ideas, though, to try to help my cause. At this point, there's not much of a point in trying to knock them off the cliff. I actually have the Phase Spider Companion, so if I was really concerned about the combat advantage aspect, I could easily choose to make it an active companion. Although, I don't really think that's necessary. Really have to... It's difficult, it's really difficult weaving in and out constantly of combat advantage, but I really can't let these guys hit me from behind. Steely Simon taking a lot of damage from them. I'm not going to be able to get out of the way there. There we go. That's going to make this a lot easier. Weaving in and out of yeah, I'm going to fucking use a Lyra's Bell so Steely Simon's not dying every 5 seconds. There we go. Getting this guy into combat disadvantage is basically impossible and not really worth trying. Damn it! That is really annoying. Nothing I can really do about it, though. There we go. I'm actually going to pick Simon up now that we have a spare moment. You know, not that it matters either way, but, you know. Alright. Time to forge forward. Waiting on Simon to regen his health. I have an idea. There we go. Good as new. Alright, so nothing too big a deal. I'm not even gonna... I don't really need to make a move. Like, sure, maybe I could have brought Grim along to help me tank this, but honestly, I don't need that. Like, that just holds my hand unnecessarily some more. I'm gonna blow past these guys easily enough. I will say Arachnomancers are a little bit annoying. So are Assassins. I gotta get out of guard for a moment, try to run away and do some stalling. There we go. Pop my lion, get up an Orcus ball. Let me see, that Blade Master to my right is almost dead. That's of course the one that Simon and I have been kind of two-teaming for a little bit. I'm going to focus my efforts on this guy. There we go. That's going to take care of him. I'm trying to draw Simon over to this assassin and I'm successful. Getting her into disadvantage despite the fact there's an Arachnomancer behind us. So it's going to be these two, and then one more small pack of, I think, Assassin plus some Spitting Spires or whatever, and then it'll be time to face Sindrith. There we go, now we got this Arachnomancer alone. I'm very interested that Simon is immune to that attack. I'm not really sure what that is. Like why he's immune to that. I'm not complaining, but I don't really understand it. So we're whittling away at him. No, okay, so Simon is not immune to that attack. I don't know what I read that he was immune to earlier. Whatever. There we go. Okay. So just one small little hurdle left to climb. So yeah, it's an assassin and actually it's two assassins and a small selection of spitting spiders. Big deal. Gonna try to take out the spiders first. One of them is dead. The other two are on their way. If I really wanted to get meticulous, I could take these guys over to the campfire that's in a little bit, and I could just swing at them, but it's not worth it. I think I'm going to get my action point thingy back before I fight Sindrith, so I'm going to feel free to blow that Indomitable on the assassin. Actually, that is not an assassin. There's one assassin and a Blade Master. I'm going to preserve that action point thingy so that I can assuredly have a full action point meter for when I face Sindrith. This Blade Master to my right is just about whittled down. Just about done with that Blade Master to my right. The assassin to my left is getting whittled away at pretty thoroughly as well. There we go. Blade Master's down, so the assassin should be joining him pretty shortly, and that will be the case. So yep, it's that time. It is time to take on Sindrith. So, I do have a few moves I'm going to be making, and some of them are going to seem slightly curious, but, well, here we go. I'm going to switch to my DPS. I've been preparing this thing for this specific reason. Ah, and I do have one overload I could serve to fill. God damn it, I gotta go to hit the AH real quick for that. Won't take me long. Alright, didn't think so. Let me go ahead and pop my mail open so I can go grab that. Oh, I sold something. Huh, I sold a couple cubes of augmentation. Okay, whatever. Let me go ahead and arm myself with this. Alright, so some of those moves that are going to be questionable. Shield talent in exchange for... I'm not good with names. I forget which one of these gives me my speed. I believe, is it combat? No, it is Steel Grace, which gives me my speed. Speed is not too helpful for this fight, so for this specific fight, I'm going to deplete my speed a little bit to set myself some more guard. As you can see, I can hold my shield a lot longer now, which is going to be big and very, very important. I'm actually going in this isn't the first time I've actually entered a tier 2 dungeon. I've actually used my DPS lot for any type of tier 2 dungeon part, so I'm a little nervous at how this is going to work. I will say if I do get wiped, I'll just simply come back in and go in with my tank. I actually do have one more thing I want to go ahead and do. This is something I actually just ran FBI before I did this, and of course I glitched Droopy, so I had to get rid of Enforced Threat for that. But I'm going to go ahead and re-add that to my arsenal. And I got one more confusing thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do something incredibly gimmicky and bring my Neverwinter Red Veins. Now, to those of you who are unaware what these do, they provide me a small amount of healing over time for about 30 minutes, which is actually a lot more helpful on paper than it would seem. So I'm not quite ready yet. I'm going to go ahead and pop I'm actually going to pop a Potion of Force to go with a Scroll of Power. Can't talk today. Alright, I believe I'm about ready to go in. I'm going to double check to see if I'm forgetting anything. I am not. Alright, time to move forward. A little bit unfamiliar at how I prevent Syndra from healing, so there will be some growing pains with that, but well, again, I've got time. This has only taken me about an hour and a half to get here, so this is not anywhere remotely close to how long the Cragmire run took, so I'm willing to give this some time. And wow, Syndra totally ruins my blacksmith. Oh wow, we already see an appearance from some ads. I'm gonna pop a fighter's recovery. I'm a lot less bulky here than I am. Than I am in my tank loadout. Although, of course, you can see I'm also hitting them a lot harder. I'm not sure. I think Syndra is swinging away at my blacksmith. Oh, and Syndra appears right next to me. Gonna go ahead and quickly pop a fighter's recovery. I'm definitely feeling a bit iffy about the decision to bring my DPS in here. Although, based on how quickly the ads showed up, I'm almost inclined to believe that they're sort of just never-ending. So, yeah, and my suspicion is reaffirmed by the instant appearance of a replacement Spiderling. I am certainly benefiting from using, excuse me, shield talent, that's the name of it. This is going to be a little while. I see I have a new comment on my YouTube, so forgive me, but I'm in a bit of a precarious position to respond to that, so I'll definitely respond to that after this fight is over. If you could just give me a little bit of a grace period for that. Wow, you can see Simon's, like, the attack where he raises the hammer over his head. It has these weird kind of homing properties to it, and as you can see, he kind of follows Syndra one time while she teleports. So I've got no intent on using my crescendo just because it's unnecessary. I picked my DPS loadout so I could be dishing out some more damage in the event Syndrith is able to heal against me. And I have Fighter's Recovery. That's going to be the one I lean on, like, pretty much 99% of the time. Because I'm going to need that to help me make up for the lost bulk. Wow, Sealy Simon totally eats shit. I'm waiting on the right time to pop my Neverwinter red veins. I can honestly probably just go ahead and do it. Because it's not as if I'm like, hang on a sec, having a difficult time commentating and focusing on this at the same time. Where did Syndrith go? There Syndrith went. I'm definitely able to be a lot more aggressive with Syndrith than I was with Traven Blackdagger back at Cragmire. And that's definitely showing. Like, it took me maybe about 20 minutes to get Blackdagger down to 90% of his health. With Syndrith, I think I've been here for about 5 minutes. Not even that long, I don't think. Okay, I do get the opportunity to use my Neverwinter red veins, which will help me at least to slightly offset the damage I'm going to be taking, the added damage as a result of swapping to my DPS. I'm not sure if the ads are like just never ending or not. It would be convenient if I knew, but well, I suppose I'll find out. I'm gonna go ahead and bust out the Fighter's Recovery. Gives me some opportunity to swing uncontested. Maybe I can kill off some of these ads. And maybe give myself a little bit of time to have some lessened numbers against Syndrith. That spider in front of me just focused on Simon for a little bit, and I don't know why, but it gives me some opportunity to swing away at it uncontested, and, well, I kill it. Punish it with death. Oh, I just get out my shield. Actually, I think I just got out of the way. That's what did that. Oh, yeah, so it does seem to be never-ending ads. That's unfortunate, but kind of expected. Of course, we haven't even really begun this fight till Syndrith turns into a Drider. That's going to be a royal pain in the ass. Oh, wow, I just totally fucking eat shit. Damn it! Well, there was my first down of the run. I think I'd let myself get into disadvantage a little bit there. That was not good. The spider is like fucking following me around like a fucking dog. Really have to try to avoid. Really, I think I need to just keep my shield up. Like, I'm hearing Syndrith call out, like, yell out at me a little bit. Like, that's the time to get my guard up. I'm gonna go ahead and replace those Neverwinter veins that I lost when I just went down. Yeah, I see Syndrith waving around the staff. That seems to be the time to get my shield up. My fourth thread almost does half damage to the spiderling. That's funny to me. I'm not sure if the ads are just going to constantly spawn, or if they have like a cap and they're going to stop spawning at a certain point. Doesn't seem as though Syndrith is healing yet. It's difficult to really tell because I don't get much opportunity to actually attack Syndrith much. That spider on my left is dead, and that one on my right is also now gone. Get up some Fighter's Recovery. Oh yeah, I'm getting out of the way of that. That's definitely what got me down at last time. At about 75% health, Syndrith is gonna turn into a Drider. That's gonna be something I got to keep an eye on. I'm gonna use my Lyra's Bell to bring Simon back into it. And kill that spider there. I can't prioritize attacking the ads, but I have to at least I have to attack them. You know, like I can't just ignore them. gonna use that lion to get that guy away from me to... I can actually swing pretty freely then now that I have the lion. Albeit a small minor advantage. Oh wow, I'm low on health. I'm gonna pop a greater stone. I'm gonna get out of the spider webs. Unfortunately cannot bring Steely Simon back up right now, but he gets back up on his own just fine. Gotta get over there to hit Sindrith. Alright, unable to get out of the way of that blow. I go ahead and quickly lay down an Orcus Ball. Quickly lay down my Fighter's Recovery. I'm going to use that to help me kill those two spiders over there. And I'm not sure, but it's difficult to tell, but I'm not sure if Sindrith is actually... It's been difficult to try to keep an eye on Sindrith's health, but I'm not sure if she's actually healing. Of course, having this little one-on-one opportunity time is helpful. It's difficult to tell. It's been difficult to try to follow her health to see if she's healing. I don't think she is. It's difficult to tell. Again, she's also pretty bulky being a boss, so it's easy. I suppose it's easy to kind of lose track. There we go. See, I would be able to know for a fact she's healing if I saw the ads dying, but I don't think they are. Actually, it looks like they might be healing her. Actually, I definitely saw there were two spiders earlier, so I think they are healing her. So, looks like it might have been a good call to keep my DPS loadout here, but it also might have debatably been a good idea to bring Grim along with me. Think about it, Grim might have been able to help me divert the spiders away from Sindrith and maybe preventing her from healing. In any case, I might need to really start to ramp things up. As you can see, I drop a crescendo. If it turns into a game of me brute forcing my way through this fight, then it's going to be definitely very tricky to win. Yeah, I heard an ad just die a little bit ago. It seems like they're healing her fairly infrequently. So it looks like I might need to brute force my way. Maybe like on a scale of 1 to 100, with 100 being like balls to the wall, I might need to... I've been going like pretty much 30 the whole way, but I might need to rank that up to maybe about like 75. As you can see, I'm clearly hurting her more than she heals, but I also can't really afford to like take the pressure off, you know? So I can't really afford to focus on the ads much, if even really at all. Oh wow, I need a big hit. I'm gonna try to stay in Sindrith's face. I'm brooded, that's inconvenient. Where did Sindrith go? Sindrith is over there. There we go. Now I'm getting some good hits in, doing some noticeable damage. I'm actually going to pop a greater stone right there. And health is not necessarily getting low, but low enough where it was becoming a concern. As you can see, Sindrith is definitely healing off the ads. It's annoying, but as you can see, I'm also making very noticeable progress in whittling her away. So that's definitely key. Making noticeable progress at whittling Sindrith away. It also seems like she's moving a lot faster. Might be a good idea to try killing the ads. Of course, not at the expense of dying myself. I get my shield up. That is very, very annoying. There we go. Get up my greater stone of health. Pop my lion. Get my Orcus ball down. It's difficult. It's been very difficult trying to create noticeable amounts of damage in Sindrith without basically killing myself. The name of the game might be kill off the ads really, really quickly. In which case, this is going to be difficult. Definitely, I know that there's a way to stop Sindrith from healing, but that's a little bit tricky. Oh, and I eat shit. Okay, probably because I let that attack hit me while I had my guard down. Not gonna let that happen again. As you can see, I can definitely notice I'm chipping away at Sindrith, but it might be because I'm having increased attention on the ads. I mean, taking care of the ads quickly has been certainly helpful. I know that there's, like, if I get in the way of an attack, like, there we go. It's the green attack I have to get in the way of. I'm not really sure. I have to stand in front of the spider. I know that at 75% health, Sindrith is going to turn into a Drider. And at that point, she's going to stop moving, which would definitely be, It's difficult forming coherent thoughts when I'm trying to focus on this at the same time. Being way slower is something I'm not really used to on my DPS loadout. Pop my Neverwinter veins. Gonna use my Lyra spell to get Simon back up. Boy, brute forcing my way through this would be significantly easier if I was a great weapon fighter. Oh, and I can't get out of the way there, and I'm gonna eat shit again. Of course, I can't get my greater stones of health to work, so that's going to cause me to go down again. I'm definitely making progress, as you can see. It's been difficult, though, because I've had to be a lot more aggressive than I'm comfortable being. There is no canceling the Weapon Master's strike, so that makes that a moot point. It's progress, but it's very, very small progress. Nonetheless, if anyone caught my run on Cragmire, you will know that I'm totally okay with that. There we are. Get my fire's recovery up. Free to pretty much swing mostly uninterrupted while I have that up. There, now I have some opportunity to swing at Sindrith, and now I'm causing some real damage. Don't have my Anvil of Doom on deck. Gotta get out of the way, as that would have killed me even though I had my shield up. My recovery stat is very poor, as you can see. Sindrith has gotta be getting close to having to turn into a Drider, though. That's gonna make things... There we go! As I say that, she turns into a Drider. I gotta get up my greater stone. This is, yeah, I'm having to like basically do 360s with Sindrith, which is not ideal. That's not going to stop her from just healing off the adds. Have to get up a fire's recovery. I'm causing noticeable damage, but I'm unable to move. I'm going to use that to help get Simon back up. Now I've got to get up some Neverwinter Red Veins to counteract that poison. That is primarily why I brought them. Does not seem to be working too well. Stopping Sindrith from healing has not seemed to be a successful endeavor. Yeah, get up a fire's recovery in the nick of time. Contending with the poison has been very difficult. There we go. Now I have some footing. There, now I'm causing some damage. Oh, wow, I'm actually a bit surprised they didn't kill me. I'm unable to move, like, at all. Get up a clutch shield just in time. There we are. Get some healing. Every time I've been whittling Syndrome down easily enough, but then she just heals right back up. Got to figure out how to prevent her from healing if I'm gonna get through this. Oh yeah, I gotta get up a greater stone. Even after that. Now the name of the game is figure out how to stop Syndra from healing. And you know, I think I've about figured it out. I'm noticing that and I'm not gonna be able to, that's gonna kill me. Like I can't get up. Like I'm taking way too long to get up. Being very, very lazy, I suppose. So I have to get in the way of that beam. I just noticed that they had some green lines, as you can see, it's going towards Syndra, then it's going to heal her this time. Like, I'm noticing that. There we go. I figured out how to prevent that from healing her, and now it's going on me. It's going to deal damage to me instead of healing Syndra. And my guy refuses to use Fighter's Recovery for no reason. That's an annoying little endeavor. So then the decision becomes I have to get in the way of that attack. Although I got in the way of that attack right there, I'm not really sure why it continued to target Syndra. Now that's something else I have to figure out. As you can see, it's once again healing Syndra. I'm not really sure what to do about that. My guy also now taking a very long time once again to just get up. That is very, very annoying. So there's nothing to do with the ads at all this time. It's everything to do with that little beam being fired. And again, it's looking to heal Syndra, and I can't really do anything about it. So the answer might be perhaps to just simply brute force my way and just try to out damage the heals. That's about the best I've got. And that seems to be what I'll have to do because I can't stop it from healing Syndra. That looks like it's gonna have to be the game plan. As you can see, I've been a little more aggressive, and I'm starting to cause more damage to Syndra than I had to this point. And actually, I think did I just intercepted then? This is still, the mechanic is a little bit finicky to me, clearly. I don't have my lion on deck. That's very, very annoying. I gotta tell you, this is very much taking me out of my comfort zone here. I think I just picked off the blow there. I'm taking a lot of damage between this guy behind. So it's nothing to do with the actual ad. That is a very interesting little discovery to make. There, as you can see, I prevent Syndra from healing again. Again, I'm taking a ton of damage. I'm gonna be watching Syndra's health this time. And yep, as you can see, she does not heal. I'm not gonna try to pretend that I master this mechanic because clearly I'm not, but it looks like if I just stand in front of the beam will instead of healing Syndrith, it seems like the beam will instead damage me, which is quite obviously a preferred. And in other news, it seems that there will be no more ads coming. Maybe that's got to be a cap. Yes, that's got to be the case. I'm clearly dealing more damage to Syndrath than I was before. So that's going to be the name of the game then. Just gotta plop my fat ass down. Right, I can't move. There we go. I've got to pop a greater stone. And I do so in the nick of time as it prevents Syndrath from first hitting me with that... I'm not sure if that's a club or not that Syndrath has, but... that thing right there, I'm not sure what that is, but it's the same weapon that she's killed me with, I want to say 3 times. I'm unable to hold my ground because there's a heavy amount of knockback attacks. Although, to be honest, the spitting spiders are causing me no problems whatsoever. And now I'm going to use my Lear's Bell to get Simon back up. Yeah, but I think I can handle this now. The sort of the win condition, if you will, just became a lot more noticeable. And boy, is it looking like a good call to have brought shield talent. Yeah, so the name of the game is to get in the way of this blast. I can handle the minor amounts of damage that it deals. Or perhaps not. Oh wow, and I'm not even able to get up for a single second before I just eat a ton of shit. Of course, I'm getting hit with a heavy amount of knockback-based attacks. Oh, am I gonna go down? Yes, I am going to go down again. Unfortunate. Of course, I can't seem to cancel my Weapon Master Strike and use Fighter's Recovery. So I'm gonna really have to do a better job managing that. And my guy, again, taking forever to get up. Very inconvenient. Oh boy, yep. It's a couple things that are very inconvenient. For one thing, for taking forever to get up. For another thing, not being able to cancel Weapon Master Strike. I'm taking a lot of damage over time. Literally the reason why I packed the Neverwinter Red Veins. Although, to be horribly honest, 1,000 per every second is really insignificant. I have to keep the tide, though. I have to continue to stand in Syndrath's way. Or the whatever the hell that thing is called. The thingy that's blasting Syndrath with health. Well, I really have to take care of the ads, like they are really proving to me problematic. As long as I stay in front of the blast, it should not be that big a deal. Getting hit with a heavy amount of knockback-based attacks, though, is really proving to be problematic. I'm gonna barely live whatever all that crap was. There we go, I'm able to finish off that Weapon Master. Having almost no mobility whatsoever in the webs is proving to be very problematic. I'm going to use my Lear's Bell to get Steely Simon back up. Oh, so a Soul Forge comes in clutch, and my fire's recovery prevents me from having to immediately use a scroll after that. Convenient. You can see it's the green. When it flashes green, that's when I need to get in the way of the blast, because that's when it's healing Sindrith. And when it's flashing red, it's going right. It's going right after me. A heavy amount of damage over time stuff is being used against me. Now that I have my line up, I'm going to take this opportunity to swing at Sindrith a lot more. Get up my fire's recovery. As you can see, the little blast is trying to get to Sindrith, and then it kind of like almost explodes when it reaches me. Of course, I'm not in my DPS loadout, so I am in my DPS loadout, and that's kind of the problem, because I'm taking a ton of damage from really just about everything. I'm going to get my lion up. That's going to I'm going to use that and my fire's recovery to have be a little more aggressive. I'm actually, as you can see, I'm hitting this little red spider to my left when I use my weapon masters. Sindrith at about, let's see, maybe 58% of her health. The win condition is clear. There's a heavy amount of knockback-based attacks from this Blade Master. They're proving to be annoying. It's like he's trying to shake me out of the way or something. I'm going to pop a stone, and I'm going to immediately be back in the red. Of course, I have a Fey Touch enchantment on, which is going to bode well for my efforts of getting back up into good health, as the Fey Touch damage that was hitting Sindrith is going to combine with my fire's recovery to get me up to good health in good time. Oh, and again, my guy taking forever to stand up. Pop a fire's recovery. Going to stand in front of the Blade Master, so when I have my shield up against the Blade Master's knockback-based attacks do not work against me. Obviously, that is not the case when I am behind him, or when he is behind me, rather. So I have some 2-on-1 time. Well, there are some supporting cronies with Sindrith that are firing at me, but those are not really that big a deal. Oh, we have some Blade Spider. We have a Blade Spider now. Oh, and that thing just killed itself. I'm not sure if that thing just healed Sindrith or not. I wasn't really looking at her health very closely. I'm not sure. I mean, I just watched that Blade Spider walk up and basically die almost instantly, and I didn't know that it wasn't me. Like, yeah, my DPS loadout does more damage, but it's not doing that. And the guy rooted, unable to move. I don't have a fire's recovery on deck. I'm going to pop a greater stone. Quickly get rid of that spider that was causing me a lot of problems. Get up a fire's recovery. Suffering a lot from damage over time. I would assume that's coming from this spider web. And of course, I'm really unable to do anything about that. Oh, and I eat shit. I'm able to get up a greater stone of health, or before I come back. Oh, and again, my guy taking a long time to get up. But it's of little matter, as I'm able to get up before I'm able to pop a greater stone of health, excuse me. Sindrit's underneath half health. These Blade Masters are being a royal pain in the ass. Although I'm able to actually kill him quickly enough where I can probably eliminate him before... I don't want to... Oh boy, yep, I eat shit again. Taking a lot of damage. Oh, and Sindrith has lost interest in me. Oh wait, no. It looked like she turned around to face my blacksmith. Steely Simon has actually kind of been hacking away at Sindrith just about uninterrupted for a while now. I'm unable to move at all in the web. There we go. That guy's done for. Gonna get my lion up so I have some uninterrupted time of just hacking away. That does end very quickly. You got to get in the way of the laser so that it can't heal Sindrith. I get up a Neverwinter red vein. I really need those, even if it's as minimal as it may be. I really need those to help me at least try to offset the toxic damage from the spider webs. And realistically, that's about the only way I'm going to be getting around those. I can't really step away from the webs. I'm a sword user. There we go. I'm able to get up a greater stone of health, and the Soul Forge essentially calls it no harm, no foul. I've gone down quite a lot in this fight. That has certainly not gone unnoticed. There's a lot of minions coming to Sindrith's aid. And could have sworn I got my guard up in time, but, well, I did not, clearly. Oh, and that Blade Master is going after Steely Simon. I'll go ahead and offset that by getting up a Lyra's Bell. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the webs or if it's the laser causing me that toxic damage. Now that's interesting. Get up my lion, get some time to swing at Sindrith. Actually, drop my first crescendo since she transformed into a Drider. Able to get up that fire's recovery, so that was, of course, important. Using a very, very important Greater Stone of Health. I am not quite sure what got to Simon just then. Gonna get up a big, big Fire's Recovery. I believe I would have had to use a scroll as I don't believe my Soul Forge was ready to proc yet. There we go. We're getting there slowly but steadily. Sindred's at just about under a third of her health. Soul Forge for the win there. Unable to really make any good movements at all while I'm in the spider web. That is proving to be a consistent problem. Trying to kill the spider. This spider and Syndra, they're both combining to set up some spider webs. I take some kind of blast to the face. Gonna use my Lyra's Belt to bring Simon up. Gonna use the lion to get up a free Fire's Recovery. We've got Syndra down to just about a fifth of her health, and I absolutely cannot move even a little bit. Even though the game doesn't say I'm rooted, but I mean, I may as well have been like 99% rooted. There we go. That Blade Master's dead. He'll be. Oh wait, no, he's not. It looked like he was dead. Now he's dead. I can't pop a Lyra's Belt to help Simon out, as I have none to use. Oh, that's gonna kill me. That's not gonna kill me, actually. Thought it would, but it did not. Getting in my hits while I have the opportunity to. We got more Blade Masters to deal with. Fire's Recovery is proving to be absolutely vital. Get up an Orcus Ball. I have 2 entire stacks of Toxic against me. Not convenient. And I don't know why Silly Simon decided to move to Syndra's bottom right, but that is also not convenient. Just about, I'm whittling Syndra away. The guy taking forever to get up, like getting knocked down, essentially going to sleep for a few minutes, and then getting back up. That is also inconvenient. Nothing I can really do about that, however. Also essentially immobile when I'm in the webs. Oh, and I go down again. Seems to have gained a good bit of health. I'm not sure what from. Maybe I might need to do a bit more of a thorough job trying to get in her way. Now I'm getting in some good hits. Definitely getting in some more hits here. Probably the best sequence of hits I've been able to get against Sindrith all game. Probably slash off about 5% of her health in this little sequence. I might be putting too much focus on the ads. Unable to move even a little. That's certainly not going to bode well. I have got to stay in one spot if I want to continuously pick off the healing blast. Yeah, that's going to take me down. Although I'm now taking a lot more of an aggressive approach, which is helping to put a noticeable dent into Sindrith's health. I've probably taken about 10% of her health in the last, like, 2 minutes. I am taking a lot of damage from a lot of different sources. Neverwinter Red Veins not really helping me out, although it might also be that they kind of disappear on death. There we go, now I'm getting in some nice hits. Now Sindrith's back down to about 1/5 of her health. And then I see Sindrith healing again. I'm not sure what from. Although I just watched that guy behind me die. That might be what it was. Although I'm certainly hitting her from... If that's all Sindrith is going to heal that I can't do much about, that's going to be no problem, because I'm definitely dealing more damage than she is healing by that method. I can't move while I'm in this, which of course would be problematic because the health beam I'd be out of range of the health beam. Oh wow, I take a big blow from, I don't even know what that, I don't think that was anything I've been typically dealing with. Yep. There we go, I get my fire's recovery up. And I don't know what just knocked me down. Fight has been stalling for a little bit. I've had Sindrith anywhere from about 1/3 to 1/5, and she seems to keep healing. I'm not really sure what from. Got some good hits in there. Oh yeah, I can see that guy heal. Oh, and my... Okay, I'm not being able to use my scrolls. And I think that's going to about do it, unfortunately. Yep, I'm unable to use a scroll, and I'm going to be forced to release. That is annoying. I get pretty far, but I ultimately come up a little bit short. Not the end of the world there. I'm gonna have to make a few moves here before I go back in and try that again. A little bit deflating. I get Sindrith down to about 1/5 of her health, but ultimately have to wipe after my scrolls randomly decide to stop working. Okay, so I'm gonna probably want to switch back to my tank loadout, keep Steely Simon there, but I need more survivability than I was getting, and I was getting absolutely none. Gonna keep my blacksmith out. I'm gonna need to I'm gonna do another bit of a curious move here. I'm gonna drop my into the fray. I'm getting very little out of the speed and the damage. I'm gonna try for something that gives me some damage over time because I'm gonna need something to help me out with that. I'm also going to have 18 charges left in that stone of health. That's clearly not going to be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and make that move there. I'm actually going to flip-flop these. Absolutely can't stand when I have something I typically have in one spot being a totally different one. I'm going to give that another try. Neverwinter red veins not proving to be at all helpful. And we'll give that another go. I love how I'm using my indomitable strength, and I end up, of course, moving with Syndra as she teleports. Okay, this loadout is a lot more adequately handled to endure some of the hits I was taking. Like, I was just not getting any survivability at all out of my DPS. I instinctually hit my triangle, forgetting that I got rid of my Into the Fray. Another good news is I'm not having to worry about my Fire's Recovery failing because I'm locked into my Weapon Master Strike for the fact that I'm not bringing Weapon Master Strike. Fortunately my Indomitable Strength gets misdirected away from Syndra. Causing minor amounts of damage to Syndra, but they are noticeable, as you can see. Having a lot more bulk means I have a lot more opportunity to swing without having to worry about dying. Of course, I also am incredibly slow. I'm unable to really move just about at all. Really unable to move at all while I'm in the web. Marking Syndra allows me to sort of know immediately where she moves. I'm rooted, so I'm unable to move even a little bit, not even 1%. Another thing about Knee Breaker that's underrated is that if I have Fighter's Recovery up at any given moment, the damage over time dealt from Knee Breaker is going to contribute to me healing off Fighter's Recovery. Certainly bodes to be convenient for me. I have my guard up, and yet I suffer knockback anyway. Interesting. I'm not doing much damage at all, but as you can see, I don't know that Syndra has even healed since this fight began. Really, the spiderweb's proving to be more annoying than they are actually debilitating. I haven't actually had to use too many Fire's Recoveries. I've definitely had to use more Indomitables than Fire's Recoveries. That's proven to be convenient. The knee breakers are causing noticeable, like the damage over time dealt by knee breaker is causing some problems for Sindrith. Unable to move at all and get out of the way. Not that it's that big a deal, as I take the blow and shield pretty easily. Of course I could have sworn I set my Lyra's belt to be my right stick, but that's not the case. Not a problem. Immediately going with my tank loadout seems like it's working better than going in with my DPS loadout last time. In hindsight, going in with my DPS loadout was kind of insane because it's significantly frailer than my tank loadout. And of course I was getting one-shotted frequently. Unable to move really just about at all while I'm in that web. I can see Sindrith taking damage from Simon. Difficult to keep an eye on Sindrith's health to see if she's healing or not. I would imagine she probably has, but in any case, I seem to be dealing more damage than she's and just as I say that, she heals a big portion of her health. That is, of course, frustrating. I mean, I know that it's the title of the attack is Knee Breaker, but it almost looks like I'm stepping on Sindrith's foot when I go to use the attack. It's kind of funny to me. More than anything, I'm being a lot more held back by my inability to move even a little bit when I'm in the web and just getting outright rooted altogether. While Sindrith is able to sort of just do whatever to Steely Simon. I'm now completely rooted. I have to get out of that. And yep, seeing Sindrith heal, rather annoying. Give Steely Simon a little bit of support with a Lyra's Bell. If I can get Sindrith to... I think I can handle Sindrith with this loadout easier in Drider than this form, so I really just have to get her into Drider form, and I can really be good. And of course, being unable to move makes that difficult. But I'm able to get out of that. Sindrith seeming to run away from me there. I don't really care if that Orcus Ball goes towards that spider, just trying to get it up for some kind of support. Being a lot more aggressive towards hitting Sindrith, and it's showing in the... Oh my, and I take a big hit even though I was quite some considerable ways away from Sindrith when she threw the attack. try and maybe go after the ads and prevent them from healing Sindrith, because I believe that's what's healing her. I haven't seen Sindrith heal since I started getting more aggressive towards the ads. Unable to move even a little due to being rooted. Really, being rooted is more annoying than it is debilitating, I would say. I haven't noticed Sindrith. I don't think Sindrith's been healed in a little bit. Just kind of blasting away at us from a ways. There you are, Sindrith. You used that to pick Simon back up. Even though I definitely put my shield up in time, I get credited with a knockback. Killing off this spitting star before it can heal Sindrith. Good move. As I believe that's what's actually healing her. Gonna pop a greater stone. Able to kill that spider. Paying attention to what heals Sindrith and what doesn't has proven to be very, very game-changing in some ways. Annoying as well. Thought I threw the indomitable strength, looked down to find that my action point meter hasn't changed, and to find that Sindrith is still healing. That's been certainly quite annoying. This fight would certainly have been long over if I could figured out what keeps Sindrith healing. Doesn't seem to be just any one source in particular either. Get knocked down by I'm not sure what. I have to go into guard or I'm taking a lot of damage from multiple different sources. There we go, and my lifesteal stat's able to get me back up. At least in time, so I have enough time to pop a greater stone, and I watch as Sindrith continues to heal, and It would be nice if I could try to pinpoint the source of this healing. Of course, I'm trying to also just get straight up in Sindrith's face to try to negate that healing. That seems to be about the way to go right now. Of course, that effort is hindered by my inability to move at times, which makes going at Sindrith very, very difficult. My inability to move really biting me here. As I watch Sindrith heal yet again. Keeping away from the spider web seems to be key at this time. Of course, I'm trying to keep into Sindrith's face so that she doesn't continue to heal. Once I get Sindrith to 90% of her health, but won't do any good to have her continue to heal. I want to once again watch Sindrith heal, but like this time I'm certainly confident that I'm hurting her for more than she's healing, so the way to go seems to, for the moment being, be to continue to go right for Sindrith. I've got to get out of the spider webs. Having limited mobility is really proving to be a kicker. Unable to move, and there we are. I'm, of course, forced to watch Sindrith once again heal. Proving to be very annoying. And it's just continuing to heal, so being aggressive doesn't seem to be working as well as I had hoped. Although it remains to be seen what exactly is healing her. I have a few ideas, but nothing solid. Though killing the ads quickly seems to be helping. Once again, I get Sindrith underneath 90% of her health, but it remains to be seen how long I can actually keep that up. And or as I say that, Sindrith once again heals. seems like trying to stay in her face. It's been interesting. Like I have to prevent the ads from healing her, but I also have to. It's not 100% certainty what actually is healing her. Like I'm theorizing that it's the ads. Once again, I'm causing some damage. Got her underneath 90%, but remains to be seen how much longer that can stay the case. I'll really be in business once I can get her down to her Drider form. Then I can nail her down in one spot and not have to play the goose chase. Unable to move once again. That web proving to be very problematic. And now I'm putting some good chunks into her health without watching her heal them off, which is key. And once again, there we go, she heals. So that, of course, not lasting very long. Once I get her down to 70% of her health, she will change. That is, of course, going to be when things get a little bit easier, at least. I have to get out of the web. And once again, Cindrith continues to heal. I had her down to, I want to say, maybe about 83, 84, and she's back up to, well, it was about 90, now it's at about 89-ish. It looks like she just healed again. She's at square 90. The abundance of ads makes it difficult to continue to stay in her face, as they will just go ahead and rip me right off. I'm able to get out of that before it roots me. That was, of course, important. And again, she heals. Ooh, this is, of course, seems like it's going to be a very long, if ever-ending battle. I'm going to pop my lion. Oh, and I eat a lot of damage for that, excuse me. Anywhere from about 90 to 85 is where Cindrith's health has consistently remained for quite some time. And I'm knocked flat on the ground, unable to move for a little bit. Stop me if you heard this before, but I'm starting to whittle Cindrith down again. And then I get knocked down, of course, held down. Sindrith continuing to run away, just does not want anything to do with me. I'm not sure what was just doing so much damage to her just then. I heard her screaming a lot. It couldn't have been Simon. Simon types very, very slow. Then Sindrith heals again. This of course seeming like an almost never-ending charade, as I'm failing to cause any meaningful damage to Sindrith, and she's really failing to cause meaningful damage to me. Gonna lay down the Orcus Ball. Thinking I probably should have went ahead and packed Into the Fray, as being very, very slow has not helped me. Although it is worth noting that Into the Fray becomes very, very close to useless once I do get Sindrith down to being a Drider. But getting Sindrith down to being a Drider proving to be very, very difficult on itself. The guy really likes going to sleep in the middle of the fight. Now the ads have gotten very close to insufferable here. Well, I get all the problems in the world I'm having right now is just that Sindrith continues to heal and heal and heal and heal, and I'm just simply not doing enough damage to be able to counteract it. Of course, in my DPS loadout, I'm also not bulky enough to continue to take hits from Sindrith and her allies. It's evidence from my last run. And again, Sindrith continues to heal. I'm not sure. I mean, at this rate, I'm not sure if there's anything I can even do about that. It just seems like Sindrith is going to continue to heal and heal and heal and heal. Although this is also something that perhaps will prompt a companion change up next, as a reduction to Sindrith's defenses from my dancing shield would certainly prove to be more useful than just about anything that Steely Simon has given me since this fight began. Okay, now that Sindrith is at about 95% of her health, this is proving to be very, very pointless. I'm going to go ahead and just defeat me there. Didn't go through any scrolls, a few stones, but not the end of the world. I'm going to make a change here because this is a very pointless endeavor as things are. I'm going to give it another go. If I can just get Sindrith down to being a Drider, this will get way, way easier. But getting her into a Drider is proving to be all the challenge in the world right now. I don't need to burn a stone because Sindrith and I are the only people around at the moment. Really, just even the slightest push in my favor and I can potentially start to out-damage Sindrith's healing. Well, it is worth noting that I've also now I've lost Steely Simon providing me with DPS support, so there, of course, is a loss to bringing my dancing shield this time. It seems as though Sintra's been healing. I do believe Sindra has been healing since this fight began. I'm unable to really do anything about it at this point. It's just fine in my DPS slot. I was definitely hurting Sindra for more than she was healing, so that was fine. Of course, in my DPS slot, I was also taking way too much damage from Sindra's Strider, the lasers, and the ads. And of course, you really can only go so far with the stones of healing. Yeah, now I see a slight dent in Sindra's health. If I was going to be aggressive against Sindra, this would certainly be the companion to support that type of playstyle, as one of Sheila's little buffs is reducing Sindra's damage resistance. Of course, that doesn't mean anything if I can't move even a little. Now I see a slight dent in Sindra's health that's getting a little bit bigger. Sindra really enjoys running away from me. She just wants absolutely nothing to do with me. Gonna use that. I really need Sheila to not die. I know that's a hot take, I know. And again, Sindra continues to just run and run and run. Thinking at this point bringing into the fray for the damage I was doing was might also be a good idea. Getting knocked away by the Blade Master. Really just a lot of running, hiding, anything other than actually fighting. Smarter, not harder, I suppose. Yeah, now we're getting some good damage in against Sindra. Of course, it remains to be seen how much longer that will actually last. But again, unable to move. Always having to constantly go into guard is certainly not boding well. But as you can see, I get in a good maybe 6 hits of Crushing Surge. Now we're making some progress, as you can see, but as many of you watching might have remembered, getting Sindra constantly down to about 90% of her health, and then she would heal. So and again, the game decides it wants to divert my indomitable strength against that drow for some particular reason, and so it does. So, an unfortunate misfire. Now we're making some good progress. Finally getting some And again, of course, Sindrith very, very predictably heals. And I get knocked down by an undeterminable source. Trying to do my best to ignore the ads only serves to allow Sindrith to continue to heal. Amazing. I'm trying to watch Sindrith. It looked like she was just firing at that spider. I'm not really sure what that was all about. Although it could have something to do with how she's healing. And again, Sindrith continues to run away. And again, I continue to be rooted in place. An awful lot of running away, really. Trying to look for a pattern I can find that might explain how Sindrith has been healing. I haven't really been coming up with much. And again, really unable to move, being rooted in place. Of course, at this point I just sound like a broken record player. Just wanting no part of any fighting, really, just running away, rooting me, and healing. And of course, ironically adding to my point is the fact that Sindrith relies on the Demon Queen to be firing the lasers at me to actually cause some damage, as she mostly otherwise just sort of sits there and kind of just, I guess, fires webs at me and, gee, continues to root. Although it seems like it, I'm trying to figure out the source of the healing, and I'm watching Sindrith like blasting these things with some kind of purple. I'm thinking maybe that might have something to do with it. And again, Sindrith continues to heal. And Spider there is not doing anything other than just standing there. Really just trying to get in Sindrith's place and cause offense, but of course Sindrith continues to run away, and that very much limits my ability to do that. I'm trying to look for a pattern that might explain why Sindrith gets to heal as much. Oh yeah, I just watched Sindrith heal once again, and again, unable to do anything at any given moment. I'm always rooted or slowed in some ways, and that makes it virtually impossible to stop Sindrith from healing. Thinking at this point, it's gotta really be DPS loadout or bust, as otherwise I'm simply not causing enough damage to stop Sindrith from just healing it all off. Of course, it's really unfortunate that I was randomly prevented from using my scroll that last time, and that's caused me a lot of problems. Otherwise, it really just seems like I'm in for the same exact thing as I was when I had Simon out last time. So for that reason, I'm just going to go ahead and end it there. Really don't have much of a choice other than to get my DPS loadout up. In terms of choice of companion, like, I could go back to Steely Simon, as he was, kind of just straight up providing me with some defense. Grim is an option to help me divert the ads away, but then Grim could also get locked into just simply biting away at Sindrith, which then just makes him inferior to Steely Simon, who could be hammering away at Sindrith. I'm going to go back to Steely Simon. But I did fail before. And another thing I could do, because I'm having problems going from cleave to fighter's recovery, I'm gonna just get rid of Weapon Master Strike for a bit. Now I can go straight from cleave to fighter's recovery without having to worry about the second slash coming in and then being allowed to use it. And I think that will help me live a little bit. So here goes. Realistically speaking, this should go ahead and be my last try, as I don't have too many other answers. I'm not sure how viable another companion would be if I happen to fail this. I do have my Into the Fray back. Having Into the Fray makes getting out of the spiderwebs a lot easier. Now we're finally getting somewhere in terms of actually hurting Sindrith. Now that, of course, was fairly predictable. At 85%, that's the lowest Syndra's been in a little while. And again, Syndrath continuing to just run right away, wanting really nothing to do with me. And again, I'm rooted, unable to move completely, and I'm just a sitting duck for that attack. My character just deciding it's nap time and not wanting to get up in any kind of, with any kind of gumption. And yep, again, my character lying totally down. Of course, as always, I'm watching Syndrath here and heal an awful lot. Okay, I'm whittling Syndrath away decently. I've been saying that for probably about an hour, though. There we go, she's at about 80% of her health. That's probably about the lowest she's been at in a solid half hour, probably longer. There we go, getting Syndrath to underneath 80%. Remember, the magic number to get her to Drider form is 70. 75 or 70, something like that. And again, the game deciding it wants to direct that Anvil of Doom towards the Blade Master, even though I'm clearly got it directed towards Sindrith. It's certainly not helping me at all. I'm just whittling away. I did notice I just got a comment on my video, so it's not really an ideal time for me to be paying attention to my comments, so I do apologize for that. And with healing again. We seem to be stuck at 80 now for no particular... I just watched that spider. I think I might be beginning to notice the pattern here. And again, Sindrith heals. No way. I can basically get to fire off 2 crescendos in like a second because I get hit by that club attack, which is a brutal attack. Trying to whittle away at Sindrith, but she just won't stop healing. I'm rooted, unable to move. Probably heard that a good, probably about 100 times at this point. The ads are certainly doing their job. It makes actually approaching Sindrith difficult because the ads keep getting right in the way. Almost got her on the magic number. Okay, I'm being basically held down and beaten down as I'm rooted. And again, for the second time in a row, my game decides it wants to misfire. That's proving to be critically important as it's preventing me from hitting Sindrith with crescendo and doing damage, and instead allowing her to counteract my damage with healing. Finally, I'm able to hit Sindrith, not the ad, Sindrith, with my attacks. Almost got Sindrith down to that magic number, and then things become much more straightforward. Oh, I'm actually attacking a Blade Master inadvertently. I look away for a moment. That was certainly very indicative as to how this fight has been going. And I don't even understand how that misfire happens, is it actually drags me the other, like I'm on Sindrith and it drags me towards the ad, and Neverwinter can be finicky sometimes. Very clearly going out of my way to make sure the crescendo hits the mark that time. And, okay, getting knocked down randomly. Almost about there. I inadvertently decided to retain my Neverwinter Red Veins, so I may as well make use of them. Almost there. Once Syndra turns into a Drider, this fight gets much, much different. We're almost there. Can't move. There we go. Finally. Okay. And being my character deciding it's a good idea to take a nap right as a massive hulking spider is right in front of me. And now I'm still not sure how many ways Syndra actually has of healing, but let me tell you, her mobility is down a lot now, and I get knocked. There we go. I get knocked out of the way of the blast by that Blade Master, but I get right back into it. Not about to get cheaped out that way. That would, of course, be remarkably cheap for that to happen. And trying to move. There we go. I'm going to definitely eat shit there. How unfortunate. Let's get back up. Oh, and I am being prevented from using my scroll. What do you know? I'm hitting X, not being able to use my scroll. There's no real particular reason why I'm not being able to use my scroll, and alright, I get sent back to the start, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like this is going to happen. Randomly being unable to use my scroll, Sindrith healing all the time, running away, being rooted. It doesn't seem like I have quite the damage output to be able to solo this fight, unfortunately. That's quite unfortunate. I'm not really sure why I've been prevented from using my scroll. That was twice in a really crucial situation, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like this run is going to happen. But regardless, I'd like to thank those of you who took the time to tune in. I'll certainly be giving this another go in the future. And I'm not done soloing tier 2s for now. I think tomorrow I have 2 tier 2s left. Other than, of course, this one and Epic Cragmire. My options are Castle Never and Grey Wolf Den. Both of them seem very, very difficult. Grey Wolf Den seems like it would be almost a nightmare trying to contend with the spirit wolf and making Ethraneve immortal for a while and invulnerable to any damage. Meanwhile, Castle Never is Castle Never, and that would prove to just simply straight up be very, very difficult. Nonetheless, I will probably try to go through those two, and I'll return to Ethos in the future, but for now it's just not happening. There's a lot going against me right now, and I can't out damage Sindrith's healing with my tank, and I just can't stay alive, and I guess I can't use my scrolls even though I paid a good sum for them. I'm not allowed to use my scrolls. That's very much unfortunate, but well, thank you very much everybody for tuning in. I'll be calling this stream to an end after I decide which one I want to do. What I want to do for solo tomorrow. And to that, honestly, I'm a lot more intimidated by Grey Wolf Den than I am of Castle Never, but Castle Never certainly has its parts that would make soloing it very, very difficult. And yeah, I feel like soloing Orcus right at the end would be significantly easier compared to other final bosses that we've seen, that being Traven on Cragmire, Sindrith here, and Ethraneve on Grey Wolf Den. I'm intimidated by both of these, to be horribly honest, and this Ethos run has very much failed fantastically. But, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and give Castle Never a run. Tomorrow I'll go ahead and try soloing Castle Never. There are a few things I have to keep an eye out for, but unlike with Ethos, I mechanically am very familiar with the map. I've run through the map at least 50 times with parties of varying contents, but I think that there's not like a mechanical piece of Castle Never I don't understand, so it really just is a matter of, do I have the stuff to go through Castle Never, to which I suppose I'll find out tomorrow. So on that note, I'm going to sadly close down the stream. This is the first time I'm going to simply straight up fail to solo a dungeon, but not much I can really do, as there's a lot going against me and I just don't have the tools for the job at this time. Thank you very much everybody for tuning in, and I suppose Castle Never is next.